For this model railroading Monday, I'm going to tell you how I make pine trees. I got this idea from Ron's Trains and Things right now. The first thing I do is find a dowel, and I have a bunch of them that are used for hibachis and that kind of thing. I also have a couple of them that are various diameters, and you can also use toothpicks for shorter trees, so mixing them up is a really good idea. The first thing I do is to file or rough up the dowel to make it look like bark, and then I paint it, but I leave a lot of texture on it, so I paint it with my finger and just kind of rub it in, and I end up with something that looks more like bark. What I use for the pine tree material itself are furnace filter battings, and you need to use the cheap ones. And I get these, I got them at Home Depot. I paint them with a dark camouflaged green, and then I cut squares into different increments of size, starting with maybe like 2 inches square, and then reduce maybe to 1.5, 1/2, as you're progressing up the tree. And then I'm going to cut it into little squares. Progressively getting smaller, and then I trim them because they are square, but they should be more circular, so I make them into more of a circular shape. They don't have to be perfect. When I'm ready to put these onto the dowel, I apply some glue where I want the first tree branches to go, which is on the lower part of the tree, and I just move these down, stabbing it through the pine tree material until I have it where I want it. I bring it down into position, and then I do the next one, and again, these should be tapering towards the top of the tree. So once I've got all of these on, then I use my scissors and I trim it more so that it does look like it's tapering towards the top of the tree, and rounding off the square corners if there's any left. The next thing I do is to spray it with hairspray, and then gently apply these leaves from Woodland Scenics. It's turf. I use green and a very, very small amount of yellow just to give the outer part of the leaves a little bit of color. Then I spray it again to make sure that all of these turf material is adhering to the tree. And then finally I cut the trunk of the tree to the proper length. Make sure that you do have quite a bit at the bottom of it because that's the way pine trees are normally built. I drill a hole into the layout where I want the tree, apply some super glue, and then I plant it and give it plenty of time to dry. Thanks for watching.